Hey, this is Gerrel with Pneuma Gallery, and we're back at it again. And I'm here today with Pastor Thomas Beavers of the New Rising Star Church. Right? Thank you for joining us today, man.
That's
I appreciate it. I know you're busy.
Man, that's all good.
I know some of the work you do. I know some of the work we met doing some of that work. So, I'm so glad to come over here and holler at you, man. Really, I'm, for what it matters, I'm impressed with you.
No need to be impressed. No need to be impressed.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so let me remind y'all that on May 19th, we will be at True Love Church, and True Love is taking the lead in hosting the first Putting the Neighbor Back in Neighborhood Community Mixer. We'll be out there with Danny Carr speaking to us about social norms and the justice system, as well as Jamiria Moore speaking to us about social norms and probate. We'll have hometown lenders come out. They'll speak to us about social norms and home ownership and lending and all those kinds of things. We'll have some more speakers out there. We're going to have free food, and don't forget, I'm going to give away that $1,000 gift prize to whoever uploads video to Putting the Neighbor Back in Neighborhood, the Facebook page. Putting the Neighbor Back in Neighborhood, the Facebook page. Remember, hashtag it Changing Social Norms or Putting the Neighbor Back in Neighborhood. And whoever gets the most likes by May 18th midnight, I'm going to give a $1,000 gift prize. That thing's going to include some cash.
That's a lot of money.
That is. I didn't get $1,000, for Christmas.
I know, right?
My birthday tomorrow, by the way.
I got you.
Just in case.
Just put a dollar on your shirt.
Yeah, for y'all too.
Pin it.
A dollar? Okay.
You pin it so they can see it. That
Yeah, but this grown man stuff, though. You talking about a dollar?
I got you.
Okay, so check this out. Y'all get it get the videos uploaded to Putting the Neighbor Back in Neighborhood, and we're going to try to get you. By the way, remember, you got to be an Inslee resident. We're on the west side first. Inslee resident, we're going to come to you in all the rest of the city, but you got to be an Inslee resident to win that prize. Come out May 19th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now, Pastor.
What's up?
Man, hey, New Rising Star, that's what's up. That's what's up, right? So you know why I'm here, right?
I know why you're here.
Okay, so we putting the neighbor back in the neighborhood. We're going to talk about changing social norms.
Yeah.
And I believe that New Rising Star, I had an opportunity to visit out here, and I believe that New Rising Star, under your leadership, based on what I heard, is one of those churches that is really going to get out there, or is motivated to get out there and do some things.
Yeah, we're all about community. We're in zip code 35206. It's high crime, it's high poverty. The two are interconnected. When people don't have what they need, they take it by any means necessary. And we teach our people it's also connected to a disparity in the educational system. And so when kids don't get a good education, in turn, they have a hard time getting a job. If they are able to get a job, they become a part of the working poor. And which throws them back into the cycle of poverty. And whenever you see high poverty, you see high crime. And so we don't just want to talk about it, we want to do something about it.
Man, that's what's up. Now, see, here's the thing is that, I can listen to what you're saying, and I can see that you got your finger on the pulse of what is going on. Of course, I remember you, speaking to people, candidates that were a part of the Birmingham Violence Reduction Initiative back when so you're very active and informed. And so, do you inform your people as well from the pulpit about these things you said?
Definitely. We bring awareness to it, but we really don't have to bring awareness to it because
they living in it,
and our church is in the heart of it. Now, we do have people who actually don't live in this community who come to church. People come to our church from all over the city, but there's no way for you to actually come to this building and not see it.
Exactly.
It's in the heart of it.
Exactly. Now, this location, this is the East Lake
East
area.
Lake.
Right. Yeah. And so you mentioned that East Lake is high crime. Now, I live in Inslee Highlands, and we had 4 homicides last year, which was one of the 2 highest. We had 4 in another place in Central Park, but the East Side has also been identified as a high risk area. Yeah. You feel like there's a calling for you to be here?
Oh yeah, my call is not just to preach. My call is tied to a particular destination. Okay. And it's right here.
Right here. Well, I tell you what, if I lived out here on the East Side, I'd be right up in here with you.
Man, come on, they got cars.
Well, I'm actually a member.
You planted.
Yeah, because I believe it was a call.
Yeah.
I went and bought my house in a high risk neighborhood.
You did it on purpose.
On purpose.
I got you.
On purpose. So
it's like incarnate. You want to change something, but you want to be in it.
Right. So at the changing of, speaking about changing social norms, I believe that a lot of the problems that we have are a result of the social norms that we practice.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who hadn't heard me say this, a social norm is any behavior or attitude that a group of people agree to, whether unconsciously or consciously, to practice and promote. Any attitude that a group of people or any behavior that a group of people agree to practice and promote, whether unhealthy or healthy. Some of the unhealthy social norms that we have, I believe, one is siloism. You have any idea what I mean by that?
Talk about it.
Okay, siloism. Siloism is I'm just responsible for my little
Yeah, silo.
space. Right.
My little space.
Do you have any experience with people having to deal with people in a church community like that?
Yeah, I mean, there used to be a time when we were all our brother's keeper. There used to be a time when we helped everybody. There used to be a time where it wasn't just a phrase or a slogan to say it takes a village to raise a child. But we living in the day, we living in the age when everybody pretty much wants to get theirs, and everybody else is left behind. And even if you want to be a blessing to somebody else and help somebody else, there used to be a time as a kid, if I act up, it wasn't just the responsibility of my parent to correct me. It was the responsibility of the entire neighborhood to correct me.
Right.
But now, if you correct somebody else's kids, you might have a problem on your hands.
And that social norm of you don't talk to my kids, you don't deal with that flies right in the face of the idea that people always talking about, people talking about Wakanda now, Wakanda forever.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, but that if I can't deal with your kids,
Yeah.
then we can't have no village.
Yeah.
We can't make that contribution. On the other hand, how do you deal with the idea of changing that social norm, but you don't want everybody dealing with your kids?
Man, it's difficult, because everybody doesn't raise their kids in the same manner. Everybody doesn't raise their kids in the same way. It's difficult to change. It didn't happen overnight. I don't think it's going to change overnight, but you can plug away at it
That's
little
what I
bit
believe.
at a time. And one of the ways to deal with it, to be family, you got to be around each other. And church used to be advertised as church family, but in these days, with all of the growth, in some areas we've become commercial, and we've gotten away from family. So there's a fine balance between growing. Make no bones about it. We're growing. We want to grow. As long as there's a heaven and a hell, and people are dying and going to hell, growth is not an option. Because every time we grow, heaven gets bigger and hell gets smaller.
Okay.
But at the same time, we don't want to lose that family atmosphere and that family feel.
Now, how do you keep that?
I don't know. As you grow larger, you have to grow smaller.
That's the answer. I think that's the answer.
Yeah.
I think the idea of Moses being told, "Hey man, you can't handle God," saying, "Hey, check this out. You ain't gonna be able to do that. You need to get you some people, break that thing down."
Man, to group it up.
Right.
So I think groups help you do it.
So you have a lot of groups here.
We have quite a few.
Okay.
I wish more people would get in the group.
Yeah, that's it. It's hard.
Everybody's not gonna know everybody, but everybody needs to be known by somebody, and groups help you do that.
Groups help you do that.
Yeah.
Groups help you do that, man. I sure wish maybe I can help anyway. Yeah. All right. So social norms in churches. What are some of the social norms that you might be able to identify off the top of your head that you would like to see change as a pastor to a congregation?
As far as a pastor to a congregation, or as far as in the community in which we serve?
Well, how about both? Give me one from each.
I mean, pastor to a congregation, I believe that we're put here to impact the community.
Okay.
Again, primary role is to preach the gospel and save souls. But at the end of the day, we want people to have access to a high quality of life on earth. So we're very involved in community development. We see it as how we develop people. We do it 6 ways. We do it through education, financial literacy, workforce development, housing, recreation, and the church. And I believe that when you specialize in all those areas and you drop them in one community, it makes for a community that's primed, that's poised, that's ready to prosper. And so when you think about where you want to live and not where you have to live, if you have kids, the first thing that you're thinking about is education. What are the school systems like? Then you ask the question, what are the financial institutions like? Or do we only have payday lenders?
Right.
And we got a ton of those, you know, in this community and communities alike all around Birmingham, Alabama. The third question, is there a viable workforce or a place where I can get a skill to make a sustainable living? Does the community have adequate housing? Recreational question is, what is there to do in the community? A lot of times when people act out, it's not because they're bad, it's because they're bored. And last but not least, every community needs a thriving, life-giving church. And so when you're doing something in all of those areas, you really give your community a shot and the people in that community a shot. Not just to be saved and go to heaven, but I want a piece of the pie too.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
They're not bad, they're bored.
Yeah.
We need to brand that right there.
Yeah.
You know, putting the neighbor back in neighborhood means looking at a lot of what we call our youth as not bad, but bored, and then being willing to be creative enough. You know, because what you're doing here as a church, the things that you just outlined as your mission here are, you know, something that I would think that many churches would want to do.
Yeah.
And probably do. You know, I don't, you know, I'm not trying to disparage anybody, but you know, what you described to me was a very vitally, socially active community. And it's almost like it's a civic organization that also works as a resource hub, you know, where people can come and get pointed in the direction that they need to go to. It's like a social welfare program.
Yeah. Well, pretty much is showing the love of Jesus in tangible ways.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, man. I love that. I'm telling you, that's why when I came back, I said, I gotta talk to that. I haven't talked to that, bro. I got you. You don't remember? I got your phone number that day, but
We here.
all right. So listen, we are going to transition to me asking you when we can bring Putting the Neighbor back to neighborhood out here. You ain't got to answer right now, but I definitely want you to consider it. But you know, definitely would love to be a part. Pneuma Gallery is working to become, you know, to help with outreach with faith communities. We believe that the faith community should be the center of power for healthy social change in communities. So anybody that will invite us out, you know, we definitely want to be, you know, do what we can in that respect. But I'm gonna put it out there so that you ain't got to think about it, you know, long, right? I'm looking for you.
It's just a matter of looking at the schedule, man. And the
Okay.
calendar.
Well, thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I know you're busy, and I appreciate
Sounds
you spending
good.
your time with me. I want to remind y'all once again that May 19th, we'll be at True Love Church. True Love is taking the lead on the west side. This is the very first, Putting the Neighbor back in neighborhood community mix.
And they're giving away $1,000.
Giving away $1,000 gift prize. And there's going to be some Yogi Dada earrings. There's going to be some you remember Yogi Dada? Don't you?
Yeah.
And we're going to have Inferno Fitness is giving us a membership. We're going to have Brother Let's Talk is giving us free counseling services. That's stuff that people can use because mental health issues. There's a lot of, you know, there are a lot of things going on in the minds of black people that need to be, you know, that we need help with, right? You know, and so free mental health services. There's going to be other things that you can use in there as well, and total up to $1,000. All you got to do is upload that video. Upload that video of neighborly activity, meeting a new neighbor, doing something for a new neighbor, right? Integrating a new neighbor into the community, whatever it is, upload it. You think you can get the most likes, tell your friends about it. You know, you can cheat if you want to. Tell your friends that should like and share it, right? It don't matter, right? Whoever gets the most likes, we're going to give a $1,000 gift prize to. Load it up by May 18th. And you got to live in Ensley, so you got to show me Ensley address. When you come to the May 19th event, we're going to have free food and entertainment. Drew Tony is going to be down there. He's going to be performing his song, My City, which, man, if you haven't heard that song, you need to hear that song. And Danny Carr is going to be speaking about social norms. Jamaria Moore is going to speak about social norms. I'll be speaking about social norms. We're going to have a good time for 4 hours. Come out. Door prizes as well. Just so much, man. I can't even get it all in. But, hey, thank you again, man.
Appreciate it. Thank
God
you.
bless you. God bless
bless
y'all.
you too.
Goodbye.
lying here again and wondering if I should even get up and go to the church again. No one but you